We're in Rome, one of our favourite cities in Europe.
If you're travelling on a budget like us, you've clicked on the right video because we're going to show you some of the best free things to do in Rome.
As well as giving you some of our top money-saving tips along the way. We're starting at Termini, the main station in Rome, because if you're here for one day, you'll likely get the train in, or alternatively, there are lots of hotels in this area. It's where the cheaper hotels are, so that's why we're here.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Cool. Our first stop today is actually directly opposite the station.
Station's here. And it's this thing. This is the Santa Maria. It's an old church adapted from an ancient Roman frigidarium or cold bath. It might not look like much on the outside, but on the inside it is stunning. There are over 900 churches in Rome and they're all completely free to enter, hence why you'll see us stopping at a few today. So when you come to Rome, make sure to check some of them out. If it's hot when you visit, churches can be a real lifesaver as they're really cool inside. Just be mindful of the worshippers. Hot.
Sunny.
Behind me is our next spot. This is another church, also called the Santa Maria. This is actually the Church of Santa Maria della Vittoria, so it's slightly different. And this one also has something famous about it. It houses a Bernini sculpture, or carving, I think it is. And Bernini is a famous Italian sculptor and architect, so I'm excited to see this.
Grazie.
I love all these orange trees everywhere. It's so nice seeing like just fruit hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Love it. We haven't had any breakfast, so pretty hungry. So we're trying to find somewhere to eat. And we think that we could get something quite cheap at a bakery. So that's what we're trying to find.
So we've just stopped off some pizza, a couple of slices, and a top tip about eating in little cafes and fornos and bakeries. If you don't eat inside, it's actually cheaper.
Wait, if you stand up. So we're stood up now.
Yeah, so if you don't sit down or if you stand outside or stand up at all, it's cheaper. Top tip. A couple of pizzas, we've got some mozzarella and tomato and then some salmon and also an espresso. Dolce. It's not dolce, it's espresso.
I kind of want to put sugar in there.
Quick tip, what you and I may call a cafe is referred to as a bar in Italy. Even more confusingly, these bars also serve alcohol, so it's probably better to think of them as a licensed cafe.
Rome does have really good public transport. It's got a subway, it's got buses, and you can get special cheaper tickets like a day pass and stuff. But everything is so walkable, so we've just been walking everywhere. As long as you've got good shoes, that's completely fine, and a good way to save some money. Don't bring your high heels, don't bring your flip-flops,
Why?
proper shoes, because there's cobbled streets and you'll be walking so much that you want to have some good shoes. We're almost at the Spanish Steps, which is where we're going next, and this is the shopping area of Rome, and definitely not budget friendly, so avoid these shops.
These are the Spanish Steps, widely considered the longest and widest in all of Europe, funnily enough. It is one of the classic photo spots in Rome, but it's ridiculously busy. You have to get up at the crack of dawn to get a good photo.
There's loads of police here and they keep blowing their whistles at people if they sit down, so you can't sit on these steps.
You can't loiter,
Yeah.
you can't
Apparently
smoke, you can't do this.
it's illegal to sing, so no singing on the steps.
No squalling and
squalling or
singing or squalling
or
is
shouting.
illegal, or shouting.
Yeah.
So if you stay too long, you will be whistled at by the police in there with their grumpy expressions. But yeah, it's really nice. Very busy though. We're lucky it's quite a nice day today because we can see all the all the buildings nicely silhouetted against the sky. And although it is in the expensive shopping area, this of course is free like all the places we're going today, unless we otherwise mention. It's just a nice free day out in Rome, and of course food, but no food is free.
Breakfast, cocktails, breakfast, cocktails, cocktails, breakfast, breakfast, cocktails.
From one busy attraction to another, just around the corner is Trevi Fountain, the most famous fountain in the entire world, according to me, probably. Trevi Fountain is definitely one of those places you need to go to early in the morning to get good photos, because just look at it. Go on, zoom in, zoom in. Why aren't you zooming in?
Definitely need to come here like first thing in the morning if you want to get the really nice pics with no one in the background, but
Like 4 a.m, 5 a.m. Obviously we're not doing that today, but again it's free, and a couple of interesting things about Trevi Fountain.
Maybe not free if you want to throw your coins in.
It depends on if you want to throw coins in. If you throw 1 coin in, you will come back to Rome apparently. If you throw 2 in, you'll meet an attractive Italian, and if you throw 3 in, you'll marry that person. So
Give me 2 coins.
Give me 5. On another note, please don't get scammed or ripped off by these photographers who will charge you €1 million to take and print 1 photo. So we're here having a spot of lunch and a drink outside the Pantheon. The queue was too long, so I said long.
Yeah.
So we're here having a spot of lunch and a drink outside the Pantheon. Look at this spot we've got right in front.
Ooh.
Oh, grazie mille.
That looks nice.
Okay. Before you say it in the comments, yes, the majority of restaurants in the tourist places and the famous piazzas are obscenely expensive tourist traps. But some things in life are worth it for the view, even if you're on a budget, and this place is definitely one of them. But yeah, if you want to go inside, you're going to have to get here nice and early, maybe on a day that's not Saturday. Same with Trevi Fountain and also Spanish Steps. You're going to have to be really early to get a nice empty photos to go inside. Cheers. Fun fact about the Pantheon, it's actually the best preserved ancient Roman building in the entire world, and there's a reason for that. The Pantheon has been used continuously for 2,000 years, first as a temple, then as a church, and it's still the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome. Fun fact.
That was really good. Yummy.
So we are here at our next stop. This is the Castel Sant'Angelo. It was originally commissioned by Emperor Hadrian to be a mausoleum for him. However, over the centuries that have followed, it's been turned into a fortress and a castle by popes and kings. And it's quite nice. It is €16 to get in. However, the gardens and the sort of old moat are free to all.
Free to roam.
Free to roam. Get it?
No.
Free to roam.
I didn't even think of it.
There's also an old aqueduct which clearly fed the castle with water, and it runs all the way up to the Vatican, which is just over the hill. You may recognise this castle from Angels and Demons, the film with the Da Vinci Code sequel with Tom Hanks. Although the best time to see the castle, if you're not going to pay to go in, is at dusk, because there's loads of lights that light it up and it looks really nice in the sunset. More sirens. Lots of sirens in Rome. Thoughts then, Ash? First sight of St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican. What are your thoughts?
It's not what I expected, because I thought for some reason it was like walled off. I'm a bit surprised because I thought that we would need to go through passport control, but it looks like we can just go straight in. I was quite excited to get a little stamp from the smallest country in the world, but alas, no stamp. And it's massive. Massive dome.
Big dome. So we're here in St. Peter's Square. This was built in 1667 by Pope Alexander VII and designed by Bernini himself. Again, similar to the second church we went into today. St. Peter's Square and St. Peter's Basilica behind me are both free to enter, which means they're really, really good on a budget. This is the home of Catholicism. The Pope lives in the Vatican City, which we are in right now. And the Sistine Chapel is, I believe it's just sort of that way. If you go east, sort of over there. But yeah, Sistine Chapel, amazing. I went there when I last came. St. Peter's Basilica, also amazing. However, even though it's free, the queues are enormous. The queues run all the way from up here, all the way down here, all the way around here. It's all these people you can see, and then all the way to sort of somewhere over there. So it's like a 4-hour queue to get in. So be wary. If you want to get in, come first thing. Similar to Trevi Fountain and all the other places we've been to today. If you want to get in with no queues, come early.
Another top tip for doing Rome cheaply, there are free water fountains all over the city, perfectly fine drinking water. All you need is your water bottle, bring it, fill it up, good to go, and free.
We'll go old school.
No, I don't think that's acceptable.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely not.
Of course it is.
You can't be gulping from the fountain.
Well, no, use your hands.
That's not okay. So let's see a beer.
What time is it?
4.
The Marcello Theatre is actually older than the Colosseum.
This is definitely going to be a great spot to get a picture. It's absolutely enormous, very majestic, and great place to come for free. Seeing as this is free, it has the most incredible views over sort of every direction, so it's definitely worth coming. I mean, we get a really good view of the Colosseum. On the other side, good view of the city of Rome, like, it's brilliant.
Obviously, one of the best free things you can do in Rome is see all of the ancient Roman ruins. There are loads all over the city, but the place which has the most Roman ruins is this area here. It has the Roman Forum, Palatine Hill, the Circus Maximus, Trajan's Forum, and of course, the Colosseum. Tickets to the Colosseum start at €16 and are well worth it. However, you can get an amazing view from outside for free. Another really great free place to come during sunset is this place, the Circus Maximus, the ancient Roman chariot racing arena. Back in its day, this place could fit 250,000 Romans all cheering on their favourite chariot racers. And we recommend coming here at sunset because the Roman Forum, or Palatine Hill, directly behind us, is lit up really well.
Chariots of fire, risen around. Where did that come from, chariots of fire?
Film.
Is that this?
It's a film, no.
Another top tip for Rome on a budget, while it's not free, we really recommend that you come and get aperitivo, which is you get a nice cocktail for around €10, but you get loads of food with it as well for free.
And when you're eating at restaurants, take advantage of the house wines, Vino della Casa, which is literally half the price of a normal glass of wine. If you're really on a budget, it might actually be worth not having dinner at all and having 2 or 3 different aperitivos, because if you're not a very hungry person, you get quite a lot of food for your buck. So have a couple of drinks, a couple of aperitivos, you might not even need dinner.
Okay, so our food just arrived and this is what we're talking about. So you get a drink and with the drink you get free food. That's why it's in this free video. And it's actually quite a substantial amount of food, seeing as the drink is only probably around €8 to €10. So yeah, make sure you ask for aperitivo. Usually it's an evening thing, it means after work drinks. So it's around 7:30 to 9:30. But definitely check and ask if they have aperitivo because free food. Mamma mia!